Kucinich.
House will be in order. Gentleman from Ohio is recognized for
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I want to thank the distinguished gentleman from Missouri and let my colleagues know that I have read the bill, and what I read here is pretty chilling. Matter of fact, I want to quote something from the bill that hasn't been discussed and ask that all of my friends read this bill so that we can see if this really reflects what we want to do and the implications this could have for members of Congress. Because I have stood on this floor time and time again to protect this institution. And I want members of Congress to think about this provision. You know, we have heard the President make comments that people who oppose this bill are really hurting the United States. We've all heard him say this. Section 26, wrongfully aiding the enemy. Any person subject to this chapter, by the way, is anybody, who in breach of an allegiance or duty to the United States knowingly and intentionally aids an enemy of the United States or any of the co-belligerents of the enemy shall be punished as a military commission under this chapter may direct. I want to know, are members of Congress who challenge this administration as to their taking us into illegal wars, is that somehow contrary to allegiance to the United States? I mean, we need to think about this. What are we doing to this institution here? Are we turning us all into mice here? Running into a corner because we're afraid to challenge the president? I mean, my friends who are Republicans, stand up for the Republic, to the Republic for which it stands. Stand up for the Republic. Read this provision in this bill. There's another provision in the bill that I think deserves a careful look. Suppose a president, sometime in the future, declares that some country has weapons of mass destruction. And based on those claims, the Congress moves quickly to give the president the authority to wage war. And then war is waged, and hundreds of thousands of civilians are killed as collateral damage. And then we find out later on they didn't have weapons of mass destruction. And then you have all these dead people. But they were collateral damage. Under this bill, which I have read, collateral damage is precluded from applicability with respect to the enforcement of the rule of law. Or if there is a lawful attack, collateral damage is precluded from being cited. A half minute.
I yield the gentleman an additional minute.
1 minute.
Now, suppose that happened in this country. That would be so awful if something like that happened. But essentially, we're giving a get-out-of-jail-free card to the very officials who could lead this country down a path to war and kill innocent people based on lies. I don't see this as a Republican or a Democrat argument. I see this as a question of whether we stand up for what this country was founded upon. What are we about? What do we believe in? That's what we have to answer here. And this bill is everything we don't believe in.